Most men are told the same story after 50. Slow down, protect your joints, accept the aches, accept the weakness, accept that getting older means getting smaller, stiffer, and more fragile. But that story completely falls apart when you look at what's happening in Japan. Well into their 80s and 90s, Japanese men are still walking, kneeling, standing up from the floor, and moving through daily life without fear. They're not surviving. They're functioning. Welcome to Thrive and Shine, a channel dedicated to helping you build true inner strength and natural outer glow. Here we focus on simple exercises, healthy daily habits, and trusted natural remedies that support your body from the inside out. No shortcuts, no extremes, just gentle healing, growing confidence, and lasting wellness. If you want to feel energized, age gracefully, and shine from within every day, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Thrive and Shine, and let's grow healthier and brighter together. Here's a fact that should make you stop and think. The average lifespan gap between Japan and the United States is not just about years lived, it's about years lived well. Those extra years aren't spent sitting still or relying on others for basic movement. They're spent gardening, shopping, cooking, and staying physically capable. And it's not because of genetics or luck. It comes down to how they move every single day. What most people never hear is this: aging does not automatically mean decline. Muscle loss after 50 accelerates fast, about 1 to 2% per year. But only if you stop challenging your body correctly. Joint stiffness becomes common not because it's inevitable, but because movement patterns disappear from daily life. In the West, we accept weakness as normal. In Japan, they treat movement as daily maintenance, like brushing your teeth. That difference shows up clearly. One country struggles with mobility and obesity by 60. The other has tens of thousands of people living past 100 who can still move independently. They don't chase intense workouts or gym routines. They practice a small set of precise, intentional movements that protect strength, balance, and coordination. Today, you're going to learn 3 Japanese movements that men over 50 quietly rely on to stay strong and pain-free. No equipment, no gym, no complicated routines, just a few minutes a day. The first builds the base that keeps you stable. The second has been scientifically shown to restore knee strength by nearly 26% in older adults. And the third is a real-world test that predicts whether you'll stay independent or slowly lose confidence in your body. These aren't trends, they're not mystical rituals. They're practical movements passed down for generations and now confirmed by modern research. Let's start with the foundation. The first movement is called Shiko. You may recognize it from sumo wrestling, but this isn't about power displays or sport. This is about the muscles that keep you upright as you age. Japanese elders use a gentler form of this movement because it trains what most exercises miss. Here's the problem with most strength routines. They focus on the big muscles you can see, but they ignore the inner thighs, hips, and stabilizers that keep your knees aligned and your balance steady. When those weaken, falls happen. Standing up becomes harder, confidence disappears. Shiko targets those forgotten muscles. This movement has been part of Japanese culture for centuries. At cultural demonstrations around the world, visitors are often invited to try it. They laugh. They enjoy the moment. But for older Japanese men, this isn't entertainment. It's daily insurance against weakness. To do it, stand with your feet wider than shoulder width. Turn your toes outward so your hips can open naturally. Lift your chest slightly and imagine grounding your feet into the floor. Slowly lower your body as if sitting down, taking about 3 seconds. Pause briefly at the bottom. Then press through your heels to stand back up with control. There's no bouncing, no rushing. Control is everything. Start with 10 to 12 repetitions. Rest briefly. Repeat 2 or 3 times. If balance feels uncertain, lightly hold a chair. Safety always comes first. If your mobility is limited, go halfway down. Depth will improve over time. What matters most is knee alignment. Keep them tracking over your toes, never collapsing inward. You should feel your thighs working, your hips supporting, and your body learning how to stay rooted. That feeling is strength returning where it matters most. Shiko rebuilds the base. But the next movement does something even more powerful. The second movement comes from traditional samurai etiquette. It's called Raiho, and it was originally a formal way for warriors to lower and rise as a sign of respect. What they didn't know was that they were performing one of the most effective strength-building movements ever created. In recent years, researchers studied older adults practicing this controlled kneeling motion. The results were astonishing. After 12 weeks, participants increased knee extension strength by nearly 26%. That's not slowing decline. That's reversing it. This works because of time under tension. Slow, controlled movement forces muscles to work longer without stressing the joints. Unlike machines or heavy weights, your body moves through its natural mechanics. To perform Raiho, start standing tall. Slowly lower yourself toward the floor, taking 3 to 4 seconds, maintaining full control. Kneel with intention, not collapse. Pause briefly at the bottom, feeling your thighs support you. Then take another 3 to 4 seconds to rise back to standing using only your legs. No hands. No momentum. Just control. Research suggests about 20 repetitions, once per day, for days a week. That's it, 5 minutes that can restore strength you thought was gone. If kneeling all the way down isn't possible, use a low stool or chair as your depth marker. Lightly touch and return upward. If balance is an issue, keep a chair nearby for support, but try not to rely on it fully. And if you want more challenge, slow the movement even more. The burning sensation you feel is not damage, it's rebuilding. Now comes the most important test of all. The third movement is the transition from floor to standing, traditionally done from a kneeling seated position. This single ability predicts independence better than almost any other measure. If you lose the ability to rise from the floor without assistance, daily life becomes limited fast. In Japan, this movement used to be natural. People sat on the floor, worked on the ground, play with children at eye level. Over time, chairs replaced floors and this skill faded. Even modern Japanese ceremonies often provide chairs now, acknowledging that this transition has become difficult. But difficulty does not mean impossibility. It means the skill needs to be trained again. This movement challenges everything at once. Leg strength, hip mobility, balance, coordination, and just as important, confidence. To practice it, kneel on a padded surface and sit back on your heels. Step 1 foot forward so it's flat on the ground, knee upright like a lunge. Lean slightly forward to shift weight onto the front leg. Press through that heel and stand up smoothly. No twisting. No pushing with your hands. Pause at the top to regain balance. Then lower yourself back down with the same control. Alternate legs each repetition so both sides stay balanced. Start with 5 repetitions per side. Rest as needed. Over time, build up to 2 or 3 sets. Comfort matters. Use padding under your knees. If kneeling is too difficult, start from a low chair instead. If balance feels shaky, lightly touch a chair back. Every successful repetition builds trust in your body. That trust shows up everywhere. Walking on uneven ground, climbing stairs without gripping the rail, moving without fear. And there's one more piece that ties everything together. In Japan, millions of people start their day with a short movement routine broadcast nationwide. It's called Radio Teiso, and it's been part of daily life for nearly a century. It's not about strength. It's about mobility and circulation. Morning stiffness doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It changes how you move all day. Shorter steps, less reach, less confidence. Radio Teiso counters that by gently moving every joint through its natural range. The routine includes arm circles to open the shoulders, gentle twists to free the spine, side bends to keep the waist flexible, knee lifts to wake up the hips, heel raises for ankle strength, and light bouncing to stimulate blood flow. Everything flows smoothly. No forcing. No strain. Just continuous motion that tells your body it's safe to move fully again. Many people notice a difference after just one session. Movement feels easier. The body feels lighter. It's a system reset that takes only a few minutes. Put all of this together and you have a complete system. Shiko builds your foundation. Raiho restores lost strength. Floor to standing keeps you independent. And daily mobility keeps everything working smoothly. These movements are not secrets. They're not miracles. They're simply what happens when you move with purpose instead of surrendering to decline. Those extra healthy years seen in Japan are not spent waiting, they're spent living, walking, gardening, staying involved. Your future mobility is being shaped by what you do right now. Not next month, not someday, today. So ask yourself this: which movement feels hardest for you? Because that's the one your body needs most. Start there. Begin small. Stay consistent. If this changed how you think about aging, stay connected. Share it with someone who believes getting older means getting weaker. Because the truth is simple. Strength does not disappear with age. It disappears when movement does. And you can start moving differently today. Remember, real change comes from small, healthy choices repeated every day. If today's video helped even a little, imagine what staying connected can do over time. Subscribe to Thrive and Shine for simple exercises, healthy habits, and natural remedies to support your inner and outer glow. If you found value here, like and share this video with someone who could benefit. Thanks for being part of our community. Keep caring for yourself, keep moving forward, and keep shining.